Fantastic. So before I go into driving instructors pet hate number 7, I have to show this reply to a comment which was just fantastic. It's really made me chuckle. So someone mentioned about me not having control of the car. Apparently my hands were not at the correct positions of quarter to 2, quarter to, quarter past and 10 to 2. And so I'm gesticulating at the camera, which is, real potential for loss of control, etc. And I wasn't really going to reply to these comments because to be honest, they make me laugh. But I just love this comment. It's by Axam102, and it's really made me chuckle. The right places where you feel comfortable and can react. On road, you have much more control, but off road, you learn to keep your pinkies out of the centre for fear of losing them, which is correct. So don't worry yourself unduly just because you have the inability to do all the things you mention. Other people do. Don't feel inadequate. It's a simple fact of life. Some people are born useless. And you can see, even about a week on, that's just causing me such joy. Thank you for that comment. That's made my day. And I'm going to make sure I annoy people again by showing them my hedge, which is not trimmed down to 12 centimeters. That was a great comment as well. And it's apparently a really easy job for me to move my hedge 1.5 meters. I'm sure it is if you know what you're doing. I can't really be bothered. But let's let that hedge annoy you once again. And someone will have a problem that I didn't signal coming out of there. Oh God, it's just endless, isn't it? So I'm going to make a concerted effort that I don't gesticulate too much at the camera to keep you feeling safer. Driving instructors pet hate is about pedestrians who don't take their own responsibility seriously. I am going to be looking specifically at one thing pedestrians do that really gets on my wick. If you haven't seen me or this series before, my name's James. I'm a driving instructor in Norfolk, ex-army, ex-trucker, lots of knowledge driven lists in lots of different countries. And the channel is just about helping people that want to be helped. So if you don't want to be helped, I'm not here. I'm not the right guy for you. If you love lively debate, that's a good channel for you, because we've got lots of people in the comments that have got really good experience. And the ultimate aim is just to help contribute to the ultimate aim of 0 road deaths. So before we start the video, it's always good to see pedestrians doing the right thing. And I'd like to highlight this one here. This was a long time ago on a driving lesson. You can see the pedestrian here. Now, this is none other than the famous Mr. Simpkins. This is my dad. And he is walking correctly. So as well as my mum helping me to walk to school and understand how to walk on the road, of course my dad was the same, and cycling, he was the same. They were both the same, teaching me correctly. But you can see here, look at him, he's walking on the correct side of the road. He's got a full jacket of high vis. So look how far he's really standing out to us from. And he's taking his own safety seriously. That's what I like about pedestrians that do this sort of thing. So pedestrians can be a little bit annoying. Now, the advice in the highway code is that on a pavement area, you try and avoid walking away from traffic. So even on a pavement, that's not always possible. As like here, for example. We're very close to the edge of the pavement, aren't they? So if we can, why not? Let's see him step out there suddenly, if you hadn't given that clearance. And that's something that's quite annoying, because the pedestrian has got a car approaching behind and has stepped into the road. And what that does is that puts his safety completely in mine and my learner's hands. Now, because my learner's very new, we've already anticipated that situation. We've moved out to the right, and when it happens, it's a non-incident. But again, it's putting the ball in my court. And if I'm not paying the right attention, that's dangerous. Sorry, I gesticulated there. Is that the right word? Gesticulated? We'll go with that. And it also annoys me in dark conditions where you have pedestrians like this that don't use any form of light clothing and don't use a light. That's really annoying. It's putting, again, your safety in my hands. But there is one thing specifically that pedestrians do that I find very, very irritating. It's very, very dangerous. And that is they don't follow rule 2 in the highway code. So if you've picked up a highway code, started to read and got bored, there's a good chance you've read rule 2. Which actually tells you how to walk on roads without pavement very safely. Now, I did a video a long time ago with me and my daughter Rosie, driving basics 14 or 15, I think it was. And we demonstrated how you should walk safely on a road with no pavement. So what side of the road do we walk on?
The right.
The right, that's correct. And that is so that we can see the cars coming towards us.
And we don't go in the middle.
That's right, that would be very bad, wouldn't it?
But they would squish us.
They might crush. As per typical YouTube, I remember one comment from someone that was horrified that I was putting my daughter in such danger. And I was thinking, well, we live on this road, we do need to occasionally walk on it. I also grew up in Kent. I went to a place called Hildenborough. If there's anyone that knows Hildenborough, do mention me in the comments. It'd be great to hear that we've got some people down that neck of the woods. But I went to Hildenborough Church of England school, primary school, and every morning my mum would walk me to school on this road. So I'll show you a few screenshots of it. I don't know what it looks like today, but we'll see on Google Maps. And you can see it's a road very similar to the one I'm driving on. It's a B road. It is very, very windy, and it's got a lot of bends, etc. So from a very young age, I actually learned how to walk safely on a road with no payment. Thanks, Mama. Now, this bend I'm doing right now, I'm going to play you a clip from a long time ago. And as you can see, as we come around that bend, my speed is perfectly appropriate. But there is this young man with dark clothing, headphones on, who's walking on the right-hand side of the road. Now, according to rule 2, we do keep to the right. So he's doing the correct thing there. But as you approach a sharp right-hand bend, well before, it may be safer to cross over to the left. That is so that I don't come around that bend and clean you out. And I can play you another clip like in me and Malerna are coming around this bend. You can see this jogger hasn't crossed over before a sharp right-hand bend. And so very, very late we see he's there. Remember, it's a wide view camera. Remember, everything seems further apart. If you look at this litter picker down in Billingford, as I come around the bend, I'm going to pause it when I actually see him and then time how long it takes to get to him, and it's just over a second. I'm getting just over a second to make a proper decision there. So it goes on. One of my other pet hates will be use of speed. If your speed is too fast, you're going to hurt people that do this. But they should not be walking on that side of the road. I appreciate the last one was litter picking, but he's making a pretty dangerous situation for himself. This lady here walking, approaching a right-hand bend, decides to keep on the right. The red car's going to see them really late. It's lucky that actually they weren't too close to the bend when this happened. You really could be talking horrendous consequences here. Now, the flip side of that is joggers like this that decide to run on the left-hand side of the road. So now you are facing away from me. Now, I'm a perfectly competent driver. Obviously, as a driving instructor, you would like to hope I am, although I think we've all seen on TikTok there are some pretty incompetent driving instructors. But because I'm paying the right attention, I will keep this person safe. So me doing the right thing keeps this person safe. But the reason it winds me up so much is because if I'm the type of person, pillock, that decides to use my mobile phone or is distracted as I'm driving, there's a very real chance that I'm not really going to take you in with my one conscious thought that my brain is allowed. And I'm actually going to do you some serious damage. And this is the important part. The first you're going to notice about that is when I hit you. When you go up onto my bonnet, and you could be talking death, very serious injury, all because you're running on the left-hand side of the road. The reason, like this lady here who's doing it correctly. Oh, no, she's not, the little devil. So you can see this lady here walking on the right. And she's approaching a sharp right-hand bend, but she's kept on the right. So how late is a car going to see that? She's on her phone, distracted. Oh, but the reason you walk on the right is so that you can see that some pillock coming towards you has been too fast or isn't registering you, and you can take some sort of action to try and get out of the way. So if you're like this jogger, headphones on, running on the left, the first you know of someone hitting you is you are on their bonnet. It's so dangerous. Remember, on the roads, any situation where there are two wrongs, you've got a problem. Any situation where there's only one wrong because people are actually keeping you safe, that will often cancel out the wrong. So you look at the jogger, there's one wrong, it's her. I'm keeping her safe by doing the right thing, appropriate speed, looking ahead, all that good stuff. If I'm doing the wrong thing, you have a potential death there. And that is the scary thing. People don't take enough responsibility for their safety. And when you're a pedestrian on a non-pavement road, you are vulnerable. So anyway, that is my driving instructor's pet hate number 7. People that don't understand how to walk safely on a non-pavemented road. It's actually really interesting. When I did that driving basics series and I did that video with Rosie, and Rosie, as you can see, she knows what to do before we approach a right-hand bend.
I wanna
Okay,
go
can you stop
back
there, Rosie?
home.
Okay, we will, love. We will. Dee, dee, dee. But look, when the red car comes round, how visible we are. It shows how early you can teach them. The amount of young school kids in this area I see that are in the winter walking along either the wrong side, they haven't got lights. It's not good enough. But when I made that series, there's a very interesting comment from a lady, and she said that she'd moved up from, I think it was Essex, and actually had never walked on roads without a pavement. So actually wasn't aware of this, and so the video was really useful. And hopefully, if one or two people take away from this and start changing how they're walking, then yeah, we can make a safer place, can't we? But that's actually a really interesting fact that she's raised, because in Norfolk, you don't have a lot of pavements, but you have a lot of people that have moved up from Essex and London, and therefore they've only ever walked on pavements, not like me as a kid walking with my mum to primary school. So maybe they don't have the understanding. So that is another thing with this channel, of course, is helping to do, is to try and promote good understanding and good knowledge. And if it does that, then brilliant. But I'd like to highlight, obviously not everything is correct. So anyway, yep, that is my pet hate number 7. It's pedestrians that don't understand or don't walk, don't keep their own safety on a road like this with no pavement. Let us know in the comments, what do you think? You know, is it always a motorist's responsibility? Of course we know it is, but like this lady here, she's done the correct thing, and coupled with my correct speed, there's no problem. Brilliant. That's how it should go. But do you see regularly, if you're in an area like mine, do you regularly see people not really taking much responsibility for their own safety? Do you think it's too much of a problem? Obviously, if you live in a fully pavemented area, you're not going to really experience much of this. But even on the pavement, as we've seen earlier, pedestrians can be a bit of a problem. Wonderful. I'll see you for pet hate number 8.